Have you ever noticed how the loudest voices in the room often mask a deep insecurity? What if I told you that the real power lies in nothing you say? In a world addicted to noise, the most influential figures are the ones who know when to hold their silence and let their presence speak for itself. Welcome to this journey into the heart of power, a journey where we discover that silence is not a sign of weakness, but the most potent weapon in your arsenal. Today, we're diving deep into the art of strategic invisibility, where every unspoken word builds your mystique, every pause creates opportunity, and every moment of stillness reinforces your control. Imagine a world where your silence creates more impact than any shout ever could. This isn't just about being quiet, it's about mastering the game of life by choosing when to speak and, more importantly, when not to. Today, we're going to break down the secrets of those who truly dominate without uttering a single unnecessary word. For too long, we've been fed the idea that power is measured by volume. The louder you speak, the more dominant you are. But ask yourself, how many times have you seen someone lose their grip on reality because they couldn't stop talking? Every extra word is a leak in your armor, revealing your doubts, fears, and insecurities. Think of every argument or heated exchange. There are always two types of people, the reactive and the reserved. The reactive ones, carried away by emotion, blurt out words without a second thought, only to later wish they had remained silent. They believe that by raising their voice, they assert control. Yet every shout is a surrender to the impulse that drives them to explain, justify, or defend themselves. On the other hand, the silent ones, the observers, carefully choose their moments. They know that when they speak, their words carry the weight of wisdom and calculated intent. They don't feel the need to fill every gap with chatter, because they understand that silence is not emptiness, it's space, it's power. Silence is the realm of the strategic minds. When you hold your tongue, you're not just avoiding a verbal battle, you're actively controlling the narrative. Every time you choose to stay silent, you force others to reveal their own positions, their own hidden insecurities. Remember the greats. Socrates didn't shout his way to wisdom, he asked questions. He planted seeds of doubt and let his interlocutors twist themselves in knots. Steve Jobs, known for his calculated reveals, understood that when you hold back, your eventual words resonate with unmatched impact. And then there's Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, whose battles were won not through sheer aggression, but through a disciplined, patient observation of his opponents. These icons knew that true power is not in overpowering others with noise, but in harnessing the calm force of silence to steer the course of events. When you remain quiet, you are not defeated, you are strategic. You're letting the chaos around you reveal its true nature, while you preserve your strength for the perfect moment to strike. Have you ever caught yourself justifying your every word as if your very life depended on it? Each time you rush to explain, you're inadvertently giving away bits of your inner blueprint, your fears, your vulnerabilities, your very essence. When you speak without purpose, your words become mere echoes of a desperate need for validation. And this is where the paradox lies. In trying to prove your strength, you're actually disclosing your insecurities. In the arena of life, every unnecessary word is like a drop of ink that stains the white canvas of your mind, revealing more about you than you'd ever want to show. Instead, try this experiment. Next time someone challenges you, pause. Let them spill their thoughts while you simply listen. Observe the way their words betray their true intentions, their hidden anxieties. In that silence, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're strategically positioning yourself to uncover truths that noise would forever conceal. Now, let's push this idea even further. Beyond silence lies the realm of strategic invisibility. It's not merely about not speaking, It's about controlling your very presence. The most influential leaders and visionaries understand that constant availability breeds predictability. When you're always there, always reacting, you lose your value. Think about it. When you appear only when it truly matters, when your presence is a rare gift rather than an expectation, you become enigmatic. You transform into someone whose appearance is eagerly awaited, whose insights are considered precious. This isn't about playing hard to get in relationships alone. It's about managing your energy in every facet of life, be it business, personal connections, or creative endeavors. When you master the art of disappearing at the right moments and reappearing with undeniable force, you not only control the narrative but also invite others to chase you. They yearn for your rare insights, your infrequent yet potent contributions. In a way, you become a living embodiment of the adage, less is more. Let's delve into the mind. Humans are wired for communication. Silence creates a vacuum that our brains rush to fill, and therein lies the secret. When you purposely allow that vacuum to exist, you trigger a psychological shift in others. They start projecting their own anxieties, their own hidden fears, onto the silence. They become desperate for any signal, a word, a gesture that might break the uncertainty. This state of unease is where you gain control. The other party, in their frantic need to fill the void, may reveal more than they intended. They become trapped by their own words, while you remain the calm eye at the center of the storm. Their scramble for validation only highlights your strength, the strength of restraint. And in that restraint, you are unassailable. Silence, when wielded correctly, becomes a mirror. It reflects not your own thoughts, but the insecurities and projections of those who dare to disturb it. The moment you stop reacting impulsively, you become the quiet force that others cannot decipher, a true strategist in a noisy world. Now, let's talk about patience. In our modern age, immediacy is king. We crave instant feedback and rapid validation. But real power lies in the art of waiting, of allowing time to do its work. When you control your reactions, when you delay your response with calculated precision, you manipulate the very fabric of time. Every second of patient silence is a testament to your inner strength. While others are busy fueling their egos with immediate reactions, you're laying the groundwork for a more profound victory. Consider this. The best negotiators, the most respected leaders, all understand that every moment of pause is an opportunity to observe, to analyze, and ultimately to act with surgical precision. Patience is not passive, it's a deliberate act of control. It forces others to confront their own limitations, to reveal truths they would rather keep hidden. By mastering patience, you become the architect of your destiny, designing each moment with intention rather than reacting to the chaos around you. Here's where it gets even more intriguing. When you learn to control your presence, when you speak only when it truly matters, you begin to exude an irresistible magnetism. This is not mere charm, it's the result of a carefully curated scarcity. Just as rare gems command higher value, so too does a rare presence in a world flooded with noise. People are naturally drawn to what they cannot easily obtain. When you are selectively available, your contributions are anticipated with an almost magnetic pull. Your words carry weight because they are few and far between, each one meticulously measured for maximum impact. This scarcity turns you from a constant background noise into a force that people actively seek out. And remember, this isn't about being aloof or indifferent. It's about understanding that every appearance you make should be a masterpiece. When you control when and how you emerge from the shadows, you shift the dynamics of every interaction, making your every word a precious commodity. So, how do you implement this in your everyday life? Start by challenging your instinct to respond immediately. The next time you're provoked, Resist the urge to shout, to justify, to explain. Instead, let the silence speak. Allow the other person to unravel their own position, their own thoughts, while you remain the calm, collected observer. This strategy isn't just for heated arguments or high-stakes negotiations. It applies to every interaction, from personal relationships to professional encounters. When you master the art of silence, you no longer become a slave to your emotions. You become the master of your own narrative. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to assert control without having to fight for it. By choosing your moments with surgical precision, you not only protect your energy, but also amplify your influence. And as you practice this discipline, you'll notice a remarkable transformation. People begin to pay attention, not because you're shouting louder than everyone else, but because your rare contributions are laden with meaning and authority. In a society obsessed with constant chatter and the illusion of power through noise, the true master is the one who dares to remain silent. Real power is not measured by how much you speak, but by how deeply you understand the value of silence. It's in the strategic pauses, the deliberate retreats, and the calculated reappearances that you craft an aura of mystery and influence. Imagine a life where you're no longer reactive, where you're not desperate for validation. Picture yourself as the silent strategist, observing, planning, and striking only when the moment is perfect. This is not merely a technique. It's a way of life. It's about understanding that the noise around you is just that, noise. And in the midst of all that noise, you remain the calm center, the unwavering force that others cannot help but notice. So ask yourself, are you ready to embrace the power of silence? Can you let go of the compulsion to fill every gap with words? If you can, then you've unlocked the first step toward becoming truly unstoppable. Now, if you're willing to experiment with this in your life, try this simple exercise. In your next conversation, hold back that immediate response. Instead, let a pause linger. Notice how the other person reacts. Observe how their words begin to betray their true intentions. That pause, that moment of calculated silence, is your first step toward reclaiming your power. Remember, in this game, true control comes not from being the loudest in the room, but from being the one whose silence speaks volumes. When you master the art of strategic invisibility, you become the architect of your destiny, a force that moves silently yet commands the greatest respect. This is the essence of power, the mastery of silence, the art of disappearing, and the profound understanding that sometimes the best way to be heard is to say nothing at all. So, next time you feel the urge to jump into the fray, take a deep breath, hold that silence a little longer, and let your presence be felt without uttering a single word. Because in this noisy world, your silence is the ultimate declaration of strength. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below and share how you plan to harness the power of silence in your own life. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the art of strategic thinking and emotional mastery. Stay silent, stay strong, and remember, when you master the art of invisibility, you control the narrative without ever saying too much. Thank you for watching, and until next time, let your silence speak for you.